Okay, so we have a positive term series. So I'm going to use a comparison, whether it be limit comparison or comparison test. I want to do a comparison. So the comparison I'm going to do, I'm going to compare it with this series over here. N equals 2 to infinity. I'm going to say 1 over n to the 6/5. This is a convergent p-series. Okay, I'm going to use the comparison test, and the reason for that is I'm looking at these two, and I think it's maybe pretty clear. Maybe I shouldn't say clear, but I'm going to write this over here. I'm going to look for term-by-term comparison. Now, certainly looking at those, I hope you realize that there is a relationship here like this. And what kind of n's are we talking about? We're talking about n's on the interval, and these are integer numbers from 2 off to infinity. All right? So what I'd claim over here, if you look at this over here, is that the right hand is bigger than the left hand. I want to go through that with you. And before I do that, I want to point out that these are positive term series. So I can, multiply both sides by the LCD. What's the LCD? N to the 6/5, ln n. I put this down, n to the 6/5, ln n. What are you left off with? Well, on the left side, you left off with 1. On the right side, what do you have? You left off with ln n. And again, I want to point out that when we're at 2 to infinity, let's think about that. Is that true? And, certainly when I say that, is that true, I have to think. So I want to point out, I'm looking at integer values. Before I say anything, I want to point out that ln e is equal to 1. So ln 2 is actually going to be less than 1. All right? So what I want to do is rewrite this. And what I mean by that, I'm going to rewrite it as, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I want to write the first term down and write this over here, 1. This is going to be 2 to the 6/5, ln 2. And then I'm going to start up at 3. Right, so what do you get over here? N equals 3 to infinity. It's the same thing, by the way. Let me change this to a 3, and we're going to use a comparison. Now what do I know? Well, I'm not on 2 to infinity anymore. Now I'm on 3 to infinity. I certainly know that ln 3 is greater than 1. So this holds for all n, 3 and forward. All right? So let's go over here and see if we can, if I did that, ln n is greater than 1. Oh yeah, I did put this down over here. I'm glad I stated that. And yeah, it's basically the same thing. Thank you. Converges. Thank you.